Marty McFly. There are a lot of platforms, so it is guaranteed that he will not die. Welcome to part 3 of the Super Back to the Future 2 commentary. And this time around, I'm actually not recording in the middle of a gameplay footage segment. Long story short, I'm actually doing this commentary off screen, not even watching the segment, so I don't know what's going on. But I might as well give my personal opinions on Back to the Future 2 within about 8 minutes, because that's how long the segment is, about 8 minutes. Or probably a little bit more, I have no idea. But still, Back to the Future 2, as we all know, is pretty much the most superior to the series in terms of the games. The first Back to the Future, the only superior game to it was pretty much the game that was just released for the PlayStation 3 a matter of months ago. I think it's been about a year since that game's been released. I actually downloaded the rest of it yesterday, so yeah, I own Back to the Future. The game. not the movie, but the game. The text-adventure game where you have to walk around as Marty McFly and talk to people, asking questions, getting items, and doing all these other things in order to stop Biff Tannen. Oh yeah, by the way, Biff Tannen actually does make an appearance in this segment. In this segment, Biff Tannen, apparently what happens is he's like this big tycoon and owns this big old casino/hotel place. And apparently he's selling the DeLorean for $21,000. At least that's what the Japanese text of the game says. I don't know if any of this is actually true to the movie, but yeah. So I might as well explain this part of the plot line since I'll be going off into a tangent about something else. So long story short, Biff Tannen, so from 1985 or probably 2015, he goes back to 1955 to talk with his past self, discuss like ways to become rich, and now yeah, he owns this big anus hotel, which apparently is ridiculous within itself. Why would you be going back about 60 years ago to talk with your past self about being a big money tycoon and owning a big casino/hotel/resort/ whatever the crap that big building is in World 3-2 of this game, and own millions by the time you're 80-something? The Biff Tannen in the movie for Back to the Future 2 makes Christopher Lloyd look old. Or maybe it's the other way around, I'm not really sure. I still find that Christopher Lloyd looks better than Biff Tannen at all costs. I mean, think of it. Christopher Lloyd's the hacker, who's basically the cyber chase rendition of Dr. Robotnik. In terms of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog logic, of course. Because, I mean, well, actually, in terms of Sonic X logic, because the hacker, keep this in mind, the hacker has two assistant robots, Buzz and Delete. The equivalent to that in Sonic X would be Dr. Eggman, as you guys know him as, and then Deco and Boko. Who surprisingly, Deco is Delete and Boko is Buzz. What was the reference there? Did anybody get it, or has anybody not bothered mentioning this? I digress. Back to Biff Tannen. Biff Tannen is probably one of the most annoying characters in the series. Especially when he calls, what is it, Griff? I can't remember. One of the Tannens call, Michael J. Fox a chicken. Of course, you might remember from the cartoon that he wasn't, like, at the end of Back to the Future 3, spoiler, it's mentioned that Marty McFly knows not to react badly to when people call him names. And surprisingly, in the animated cartoon, he does this exact thing. He actually bothers negatively reacting to somebody calling him a chicken, which apparently resembles Biff Tannen. Why would they do this? They've apparently ducked up Marty McFly's character this entire game. It's not fun anymore. Why would they bother thinking this way? at least the other versions of Back to the Future actually stay true to this storyline. At least they stay true to the original movie. The NES